something we don't, so typically theoretically, if something which is not commonly traded in the market, people themselves won't know what they're willing to pay. So again, so your results could be coming out with a caution message here that people now maybe that this is probably a common, like you say, it's common prevalence in the religion, so well accepted method of evaluating value of something like this environmental service or ecosystem service. But that is one question that jumps out to me when I'm thinking about eliciting willingness to pay in this manner of something which is not common.
Yeah, okay.
I think there are 3 points I have to make. First is, you may say that recently, I think 2008, the Pondicherry government were not allowing people to go in, and then later Tamil Nadu government also. Does that raise the value of this wetland, or does it, if the government has taken that decision, it must have been done for the purpose of preserving the value of the wetland. So I was just wondering, this research you are trying to show that decision was right, or you want to show that decision was wrong? I'm trying to link to that. Do you mean that if this was not done, the value would have gone, but now you're saying that instead of there was a dry season and it's not there anymore. So I want to see that. Second is, although one can do study for one wetland here, one wetland there, but it is something for the national level in terms of green GDP or some such thing. How does these individual studies, 1 or 2 done there, feed into, or is it not relevant at all? This question, because each researcher can do his or her study. But there is there any thinking that how can we do it? The third was something Zareena already said. Generally, payment for ecosystem services, there is something you are selling, although it is not being valued by the market, so people are not directly paying. But there has to be some agency that has to come, how the payment will be made. This suggestion, do you feel that there will be some tax on the, or all the local people will have to pay something, or for government to fix that? Or how do you have anything in mind?
Well, thank you very much for all these very useful and interesting questions. So basically, you have been asking about how many services at present the wetland generates, which can be utilized by the people. Indeed, many of the services generated by the dryland ecosystem, as I said, have disappeared. But still, for example, before 2004, people have been auctioning the fish in the wetland. Every year around 1 lakh rupees worth of fish was 30 lakhs? No. So maybe for all the panchayats this may be the thing, but our interaction with some of the panchayats suggested that around 1 lakh rupees worth of fish was auctioned every year, and that money was used for generating local public goods like community hall, roads and things like that. Similarly, people have been collecting lotus and lilies, and our interaction with some of these households which have been using this kind of practice suggests that on an average each household was getting around 750 800 rupees per day. People have been taking bath, washing their agricultural implements, washing clothes, utensils, collecting the medicinal plants, cutting small trees and things like that for the purpose of constructing the cow shed and things like that. All these benefits now have been denied to the people. So there is still scope for involving the people and sharing these benefits in case we bring in payment for ecosystem services type of.
If only you could go back to the dry season, I mean, if you
No,
could
but still-
change the.
No, but still with the wetland ecosystem, you have a lot of benefits that could be shared under the payment for ecosystem services. Valuable benefits. Okay. And then demand for these services. That's a very interesting question actually. Indeed, people have been using these non-profit ecosystem services in a significant manner before 2004 or 2008. Now, after 2008, what happened was that when the villagers were not allowed inside the wetland, the Puducherry government started giving a lot of freebies to these villagers actually. Many kind of household goods and other things to the villages, especially by the Puducherry government. The Tamil Nadu government did not give anything to the villages that fall in their kind of boundary actually. Now, as you rightly said, the villagers in the Puducherry region, they are no longer interested in having these ecosystem benefits for their use actually. They say the government is giving a lot of kind of things which compensate us in some way or other. Okay? So there is a kind of slight change in the preferences of the people. So since we have used only the average willingness to pay value, I think that this disaggregated kind of analysis of this willingness to pay value for having access to biodiversity benefits will definitely reveal these differences. So how do policymakers make use of these inputs for arrangements like payment for ecosystem services? See, the point here is that right now the inputs that are required for policy making are not readily available, especially the value of ecosystem services and things like that. Who are the people who are benefited out of these ecosystem services? I think that the valuation exercise is a first step, and we have to think about bringing the institutional arrangements in order to make the people to share these benefits at a later stage. So it has to go step by step actually. So mixed method, travel cost method, basically we wanted to see where the people come from actually, what is the distance they travel and how much money they spend on traveling, things like that. In order to elicit that information, we have used both the zonal travel cost as well as individual. In the case of individual travel cost method, we got a lot of individual specific information like socioeconomic conditions and things like that. That was an added advantage of having the individual travel cost method in addition to the zonal travel cost method. And then you have asked why we have used CD method within this travel cost method. Basically, the cost of travel is one thing, plus in addition to the travel cost, people are willing to pay more because of the extra consumer surplus that they may receive from the recreational sector. In order to capture that, we have used this contingent valuation. In addition to travel cost, how much are you willing to pay for visiting this place to enjoy the additional recreational benefits. So that was the purpose. In the case of biodiversity, yes, we have elicited information only about the direct use values, but the non-use values do occur to a larger society actually. So we may also capture that maybe in another project. We will try to capture the non-use value for farmers. And of course, in the survey method, there are a whole lot of problems, biases and errors. For example, Mitchell and Carson have highlighted, listed out around 18 different types of biases and errors that may occur in the contingent valuation method. So we have followed all the norms that are supposed to be followed during the contingent valuation method in order to elicit valid and reliable results, answers from the respondents. And then Professor Goda, see, as I said, see, conservation is one thing, but even with conservation, some of the benefits can be shared with the people actually. For example, they may be allowed to do fishing, at least for livelihood purpose. They may be allowed to take bath. They may be allowed to, collect flowers. They may be allowed to collect medicinal plants. They may be allowed to, use small, kind of the forest products and things like that. So there are still benefits which can be shared without affecting the conservation efforts. So that is that, we think that there is a cooperation among the people. And then at national level, how this small, the economic values generated in a small place. There is a tipping point. We need to do more number of case studies for various kinds of wetland ecosystems located in different regions. And then maybe, let us say after 50 different case studies, one can derive a standard value that can be used at the national level for computing green GDP. That is how things move. So I think regarding PES, I have already answered. There are benefits which can be shared under the PES scheme. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Venkatachalam, for discussion of that. Thank you very much. So we'll proceed to next presentation by Professor Santanu Gupta. This is on tag democracy, redistribution, marketing, jointly Professor Raghuvendra Jha. I think Raghuvendra Jha is PhD supervisor from Stanford.
Good afternoon. Yeah. This title. The seminal question that we are trying to address in this paper is, will the poor expropriate the rich? This has been, a debate in history as for long as to why do the poor not expropriate the rich? Because logically speaking, we would expect the poor, because the poor are much larger in numbers, and in a democracy, they're expected to vote for, high taxes, since they would not have to face taxes, and then therefore they would vote for, having 100% of taxes on the rich and to be distributed towards themselves. So what prevents such a thing? So democracy should become egalitarian over time, but as we all see, it does not happen in that way. One of the earliest explanations was given by Meltzer and Richard in 1981, the Journal of Political Economy paper, and the reason was something like this. The median voter has a work-leisure choice. The median voter has a work-leisure choice, and if it be the case that, higher taxes make the rich, work less, the size of the cake becomes smaller, and that would prevent them, from getting larger transfers. So that puts a ceiling on how high the taxes can be. So that was one of the reasons said that, it would not be to the point, taxes would not be the point as to reach 100%. Romer, in his paper in Journal Public Economics, and which was titled "Why do the Poor Not Expropriate the Rich?" said that people have multidimensional preferences. In the case that there are rich voters and poor voters. When people are rich or people are poor, and people have also ideological preferences, either to the left or the right. So it is possible for the poor to vote for parties that cater for the rich, even if they cater to their ideological preferences. There were another explanations as to why the poor may not expropriate the rich. It depends on the expectations of poor people as to what their incomes will be in the future. If the poor expect to become rich in the future, then they may not vote for high taxes, because then, because you expect to become rich and then you do not want to be expropriated. And we also have what is called the classic median voter theorem, which says that the middle class or the median voter, median income or the median taste, which gathers the maximum amount of public services. There have been empirical work by Legrand in Britain and in many other countries to show that the middle class expropriates maximum amount of the services. And there's Kiefer and Kimani, in the context, they are telling, why public services are so poor, in India, because given that the public services are so poor, the sections who would want SOPs from the government would want it in kind, in cash rather than kind, that way. And recently, there have been, Piketty, has commented on the increasing amount of inequality that has happened, across, has been, increasing amount of inequality. So the theoretical model that we have to explain this is, where you have three regions, and each region, has a representative individual with three different income streams. And all individuals have identical utility functions, identical tastes over a public good and a local public good. And we have a probabilistic voting model, and the government would want to win from 2 out of 3 jurisdictions, 2 out of 3 regions. And you have welfare implications of redistribution, and we would consider, when the government considers redistributions from taxes and giving it back, not in terms of cash as we saw in the morning, but giving it in terms of kind in the form of public goods. And we take the last situation where all the tax revenues are not given back to the public. Some of the tax revenues are kept back by the government, as rents for itself, is the last situation that we would look into. Coming to the formal model, you have jurisdictions which are 1, 2, 3, regions 1, 2, 3. The utility function is, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it because it's a PDF file. It's X, which is the private good, and public good is GI, which is the public good to jurisdiction I. GI given, which is a logarithmic function. There's a tax rate T, which is uniform across all your citizens, and so the amount of private good that you get is 1 minus T of YI. An individual, now has to decide whether to vote for the government or not, and this is where the probabilistic voting comes in. You get welfare out of private good and public good, which is which is W, which is the overall welfare, plus the electoral uncertainty should be greater than a reservation utility that you enjoy. And a reservation utility, and the electoral uncertainty is in the uniform distribution between minus Q and Q. As far as the reservation utility is concerned, how is the reservation utility of citizens decided? It is decided by individuals also have an expectation. They know that the government needs to tax for public goods, so they have a tax rate AI that they expect from the government or they approve of the government, and they also have a demand. They also have a demand GDI of local public good to be handed over to them. And therefore all these together decides what the probability of winning from a particular region would be, and the final line that you have is the probability of getting elected from a particular region. Now, what is the sequence of events? Now, question is, if citizens have to demand from the government, should the citizens demand low or high, services from the government? Citizens have to say that they expect a certain tax rate and they expect, and they demand a certain public good. But they are in competition with 2 other citizens. And the problem is that the government, since you need to win 2 out of 3 people in order to get elected, it is always best to lower your demands as much as possible so that you are favored upon. And therefore, it is best in such a case, we will see that it is best for individuals to agree to a tax rate of 100% and demand no local public good in order for the